NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Beautiful day here at the TPC Boston in Norton, Massachusetts. This is the site of the Deutsche Bank Championship, part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo.
And a fun golf course in front of us today too. Really carved out of this wonderful New England landscape. 92 bunkers adorn the golf course, and well, we are in New England, so you'd expect a little bit of weather. We might get a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of wind, but the golf course built and certainly plays well in any condition.
Excellent looking shot here. That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
Should be safely on deck.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Settles in over the putt. Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25.
A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th.
Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Ooh, squeezed that one, Frank.
That is the champion of the mashes. He mashed up. I don't know if that button can be used again after that.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Frank going for 2 in a row now. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Frank, the 14th, a shortish 495-yard hole.
Only because it's downhill. If you can get that ball running down the fairway, then it certainly sets up a good second shot into this stout par 4.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Big swing right there, and a great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. And that is an eagle with a capital E. It is exciting and into the top 5.
Really jump up the leaderboard.
Now at the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Starting to pile up the birdies. 5 under par for the tournament. Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live second-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. On the tee now at another par 4, the 13th. Frank, how do you play it?
Well, it looks like it's a dogleg right, but ideally you want to keep that tee shot down the left, and you don't want to leave any of it behind. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching 2 tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Frank, the 14th, this is a dogleg left, 495 yards, another case where the driver will set everything up.
But you have to avoid those mounds on the left. They'll just snag your ball. That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball's sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, how about that eagle at this point in the tournament? Settled over the ball here at the 15th, 421 yards on this par 4.
Uphill, you can see everything that you have to avoid. Find the green grass in between.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, this has really been impressive, and these strong winds putting together a great round of golf.
Well, the wind really is showcasing how good this player really is and separating him from the field.
Absolutely throwing darts just inside of 5 feet. So a tester from 4 feet. really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Birdie try up next. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. These putts keep the round together. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Frank, 412 yards on the card doesn't look like a whole lot, but
You can play a little longer because really you've got to play it down the right. Don't play it as a dog leg. Just go point A and then point B.
pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. On to the 18th and a big par 5 to finish out the round.
Yeah, fun way. Let's see. Course record 61. What can you do here?
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. This is a good-looking shot. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Playing his third here at the par 5. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. On to the finishing hole here at TPC Boston. What can we expect, Frank?
Drive down the left side, and then it's all about the second shot.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Good, clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Getting set now over the putt. Come on, don't do that.
Cruel lip out.
Clean this up with a tap. He'll take par and move on. All right, Frank, now to the sixth hole. It's a 465-yard par 4. What are the keys?
Well, it's framed beautifully by the trees just in front of the tee, so you know exactly where you're trying to go down there. Two little bunkers on the right if you stray a little right, and if you stray a little left, you might just make it to the water.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot, good look at the green. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Inside 20 feet, never bad.
18 feet to be exact.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that. Even par currently.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Seventh hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 600 yards. What's the way to play it?
Just tee it up and hit it as hard as you can. Get this one on the fairway here, then you've got no problem carrying that huge cross bunker with your second shot.
You knew it right away, Frank. That's a good one.
Solid. Second shot.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Putting on a show, this tournament needs to 15 under par. Now to the par 3 8, and Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making two.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And he has it for birdie. Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par 4.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you.
Well, now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Frank, here at the 9th, what are most players trying to do?
Well, you really have to be aware of that bunker. That's about 25 yards short of the green. If you finish up there, that's one of the hardest shots in golf, the long bunker shot. So you've got to carry that, even if you want to run the ball onto this green.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
And takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
That wraps up the 3rd round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the 2nd leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. On the tee now at another par 4, the 13th. Frank, how do you play it?
Well, it looks like it's a dogleg right, but ideally you want to keep that tee shot down the left. He's going for a little extra.
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
From the fairway, 135 yards away. Good swing, good shot yet again.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Back here at the par 4 14th, ready to tee off. This is a big dog leg to the left. 495-yard hole, Frank.
Yeah, don't try and hug that left side too much. There's a bunch of little mounds, and the chances of getting a good lie there, next to none.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Just a couple of feet. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. Now at the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
Oh, I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Good putt. Frank, I don't think they've come up yet with an EA Sports bass fishing challenge, and this wouldn't be the time to do it, would it? 16th hole.
We might see a few people fishing for their golf ball, though. Big mound in the middle of this green. You don't have to go directly at the flag when it's on the left. You can use that mound to kick the ball around.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. All right, you want to bring it home in style. You want to finish with a flourish. 412-yard, par 4 17th. What's the way to play it?
Just head it down the right side. You don't really want to mess with that sort of rock crop bunkers down the left side. All sorts of bad things happen if you finish there.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up.
It's no snack, though.
Oh, I thought he had that.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Oh, hello there. Really nice putt. On to the 18th and a big par 5 to finish out the round.
Yeah, fun way. Let's see, course record 61. What can you do here?
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Really good drive here, about 320 yards and straight. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up to win the Deutsche Bank Championship. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Oh, do that. Just a tremendous week of golf, and that, my friend, is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself, too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Getting set now over the putt. Good job right there. Now making a move and setting himself up for, who knows, a good weekend run, maybe at another title. The former college standout has been excellent today.
Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Second shot.
Wouldn't say that was his best, but not bad either. On the green and with a putt. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt. The speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
They're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
Been some good golf early on. Let's get you caught up as we go out to the 7th hole. Our featured golfer, Frank, featured for a reason, playing excellent golf.
Yeah, the scorecard shows that, and really, in some respects, has not got the best out of it yet, but enough holes ahead to change that.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
These putts keep the round together. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Getting ready to tee off now at the 8th, and Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, even though it's a pretty hole, Rich, it's a fairway you must hit because that second shot here is one of the toughest on the golf course.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards.
Should be safely on deck.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. It's a consistent theme here at Bay Hill, if you can carry it 300 yards.
Bay Hill always favors the longer hitter.
Just burning rubber right here. I mean, this one is taken off like a missile.
Just destroyed it. He's going to try and rip the cover off it.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Standing over his birdie putt. That's an important birdie right there. Into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Rich.
That's the end of round 1, and we saw a lot of good golf out there today, Frank.
And it was a bonus to anyone that got off to a good start today.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the 3rd leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Orlando Classic. Welcome to the King's Palace, Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge, Frank, right in the heart of Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, for so long it has been the showcase for Florida golf. Of course, the King's Palace, and it has produced many a great champion over the years.
Back in Orlando, Florida at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge, getting set for the second 9. Frank, how do you get off to a good start?
Well, Rich, it's one of the shortest par 4s really at Bay Hill. 3 bunkers, but as long as you avoid those, it's a great birdie opportunity.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
This looks to be at least an extra club, maybe 2 clubs going way up that hill to the green. Good-looking shot right here. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track.
Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
That is a solid par putt.
Now to the par 4 11th, just a shade under 440 yards. Where are the difficulties here, Frank?
The water down the left, but the hole keeps going that way, almost in a semi-horseshoe fashion. 2 bunkers down the right, they always catch the straight tee shot, but once again, you don't have to hit driver here. You've got to get that ball in play.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That's well played. Places it about 10 feet out for birdie.
Shouldn't be a problem here.
Has it. Now to 7 under for the tournament. Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5 12th. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very, very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, you've really got to take advantage of it.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole.
Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
What a great shot. Right next to the hole. It's about 5 feet.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's the par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down. 250 off the tee, leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over-ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday.
And with that birdie, moves into a tie for the lead.
Got ourselves a battle right now, Rich.
There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live third-round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Somehow that managed to miss the bunker, Frank.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand for sure.
Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If he can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
Frankie, think about St. John's University in New York. At least I think of the great basketball teams of the mid-'80s in the Big East with Walter Berry and Chris Mullin and Mark Jackson. But Keegan Bradley has put St. John's golf on the map, and he's playing very well, just a couple of shots behind the lead.
I'm loving that balance.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Frank, this is a pretty good par 4, the 8th. What about the approach shot?
Such intimidating second shot here at 8. I think it's the best one on the golf course, Rich. You can see very quickly why the goal is to hit your second shots nice and high and get them to land soft. This is what you have to do with your second at 8.
What a shot. Almost in. Nudge this one home, finish it up. In the hole, and a birdie. Rounding out the front 9 here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of. But that bunker, 290 yards carries it. And yet again, another hole that favors the long hitter.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. All right, partner, break down this approach shot here at the par 4 9.
What you're looking at is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, Rich. So it gives you a chance to be perhaps a little more aggressive than what you would normally think on a par 4 that's just a little under 500 yards.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
It's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Just pulverized that golf ball. Cracked that one out there here at the 10th, and now he's put himself in a really good spot to get after this flagstick.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And getting ready for the putt. He's made it.
Back here in Orlando, Florida at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Frank, we're getting set for the back nine. How do you get off to a good start?
Well, it's one of the shorter par fours here, Rich. Dogleg right. Good drive. Just short on here. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, the second shot here at number 11, another good-looking shot, not unlike the third hole with water along the left. What's the right way to play this?
Obviously, you'd like to walk off 11 with 3, but 4 here never really hurts the scorecard. This is one hole you sort of play with an orange light feeling. A little right of the flag. That's absolutely fine.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
Hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend Frank Nobilo. We're here in Orlando, Florida, the house that Arnold built, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Frank, what are some of the toughest shots out on this golf course?
Second shot into 8 comes to mind when you've got that sort of long water carry to a very thin green. Probably only a club or so deep there, so it's very hard to get that to land soft. 17 and 18 are always difficult for any level of play. 17, the green is angled slightly to the right. Even though you're coming from an elevated tee, it's tough to judge the right club and get the ball to land softly. And, of course, there's always the finishing hole that has to be navigated.
This is a good-looking shot. Just an excellent shot right there, about 5 feet away. Good chance. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Mark a birdie on the card. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17 is a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. Right in the fairway, 180 yards from here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Frank, this is a great hole through the years to watch when the pressure is ratcheted up deep into a round. That is all you want at more than 220 yards.
Plays slightly shorter because it's downhill. The bunker's on the left in play. Even the bunker short right, and of course the water, if you just miss it a bit, that's in play. And the green shapes away from you. This has to be the most difficult par 3 on the golf course.
Frank, he's knocking them down and picking them up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
Shouldn't be a problem here. He takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Frank, a chance now to make an imprint here at one of the famous courses on tour at Bay Hill, the final hole. This is where Tiger has done it so many times, where Gomez holed out. What a great hole.
Well, the last hole of a great 3-hole stretch. If you got through 16, somehow got through 17, you've still got one more hurdle.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours. And this will be fine. Just a little left of the flag.
So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie to win the Orlando Classic. There you have it. Well done. Great putt. Just a great putt and a great win. Frank, the 18th here at Bay Hill. This is a chance to be a hero, but it could all go horribly wrong, couldn't it?
Yeah, this is another hole and a great example of it's never over until it's over.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Tour Championship.
What a great shot.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Frank, looking at a downhill approach shot here at the par 4 14th, how important is club selection?
It's vital here, Rich. You've got to adjust for that downhill. Plus, the pitch of the fairway, more than often, the ball is going to be slightly below your feet. So if anything, you want to err on the left side of the flag.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
So looking at the leaderboard, there is one name that really jumps out, and it's Rory McIlroy. He is now only 2 shots behind the leader. There are just 2 par 5s here at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. This is the second and last of the 5 pars. The 15th, it is only 525 yards. And if you walk away with par here, you will likely have dropped the shot to the field. This is a chance to make birdie or eagle. Well, Frank, as a player, you're licking your chops on this second shot at the par 5 15th, aren't you?
Yeah, if you've got a utility club or a lofted fairway wood in the bag, that would come in handy. Otherwise, a long iron, you're going to have to allow for that ball to skip forward. So you'll have to fly that somewhere around that front edge of the green.
On the 15th green in regulation, but not yet in the hole. This is about a 30-footer, and he'll look at it from a couple of different angles just to try to get a feel for it. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. I tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. A former college #1 makes another birdie. Tour Championship nearing its conclusion. Coming to the 16th hole, it is a challenging par 4 at 481 yards. Oh my goodness, he pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Will make birdie if this drops. Impressive, goes to 3 under with that birdie for the tournament. Down to the wire here at the Tour Championship at East Lake Golf Club. Now set to play the par 4 17th at 455 yards. Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
But that is a heat-seeking missile. Look out. 325 yards and in the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. Frank, the Tour Championship and the FedEx Cup title coming down to this, the par 3 18th.
Play slightly downhill when they stick it all the way on the back. This hole can be 230 plus yards. Once again, it suits a high, towering approach shot in here to somehow land that ball softly on a green. Above the flag, well, even the superstars of the game can 3-putt. It certainly isn't for the faint of heart, this one. It's a stout par 3 to finish the day. If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the PGA Tour season finale.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Well, can't hide the flagstick from that man. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Here's another dogleg to the left at East Lake in the Tour Championship. It's the 405-yard par 4 8th hole, and position is paramount here off the tee. You see those 3 fairway bunkers along the left side. You need to avoid those. You want to be positioned on the right. If you get it down that right side in the fairway, you'll have a good chance to attack the hole location. The approach now at the par 4 8th. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Back-to-back birdies. We'll see. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Finishing out the front 9 here at East Lake in Atlanta, Georgia. Tour Championship with the FedEx Cup on the line, all that pressure. And finally, we get to the first par 5 of the day. It is 600 yards on the button.
Doesn't quite play that long, and the reason why is that downslope on the tee shot. If you get a nice draw off the tee, that ball can bound down there, and you can certainly reach this hole even though it's 600 yards. That's if you had a good tee shot. You stray a little, then you worry about the lay with the layup. Do you lay up short, or do you even try and risk carrying it?
Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
Wow, Frank, you did well just to get it on the green from that line.
I didn't think that was doable. How did that not go in?
Well, that was just a lousy putt right there. No other way to say it. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Well, it was a tricky one, but it's in.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, and we are back on this beautiful day at East Lake for the Tour Championship. Getting set to kick off all the action here on the back 9. The 10th is 469 yards. In the fairway here at the 10th, a nice way to start off the back 9.
Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
Well, you're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also, it's tougher to get onto that front foot.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Just dripped that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all. Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final event of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Tour Championship. Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola from East Lake Golf Club continuing. We're at the 11th hole. It is the only hole on the golf course under 200 yards. It's a 197-yard par 3. Good-looking shot right here. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Continuing from the Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta, Georgia, all the drama of the finale for the FedEx Cup. And this is a chance to make birdie. We're at the downhill par 4 12th. It's only 391 yards. A good, accurate tee shot gives a player a chance to make a 3. Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And it drops for birdie. This is a good driving hole. From the championship tee box, players will aim just to the right of those fairway bunkers. A left center fairway position is ideal. Right center workable, but it means dealing with the right greenside bunker on the approach. Like many others here at East Lake, the green is sloped from back to front. That's classic Donald Ross, making ball position on the green critical. And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That's well played. Oh, good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Straightaway par 4 here at East Lake in the Tour Championship. The 14th, 442 yards.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Long and accurate. That's how you win in this game. 325 yards in the fairway. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
But the short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy. But on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
And Frank, that's steady. Play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
And a tester from 4 feet.
Well, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the final leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Tour Championship. Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Frank, here at the 13th, the approach shot, what do you want to accomplish?
Another one where you've got to get the ball up quickly, plus you're going uphill. Probably an extra club, and pitch that ball on the left of center.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Had a birdie here yesterday, in there close. Great opportunity for another one. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts. Even par, currently.
That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta. The final round brings us to the par 4 14th.
You can see why it's so hard to hit every fairway at East Lake with holes like this. Downhill 14th, fairway slopes considerably from left to right, really reducing the width of that fairway. But if you can find the fairway, there is a birdie down there, but only the best and the brave will find one.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. There are just 2 par 5s here at the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. This is the second and last of the 5 pars, the 15th. It is only 525 yards, and if you walk away with par here, you will likely have dropped a shot to the field. This is a chance to make birdie or eagle. This is always a pivotal shot in the round, the second here at the par 5 15th. I like the looks of this one. That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle. Shouldn't be a problem here. What a tremendous display of golf this has been.
Certainly throwing an eagle against the field too. We've seen it all. Birdies, eagles, just blitzing the field from start to finish.
Players now arriving at the 16th hole, 481-yard par 4, and Frank, the pressure is really starting to mount here in the final round of the Tour Championship.
Oh, you can smell that $10 million right now. You can also see that fairway shrinking. Notice the look of those 4 bunkers down the left. The fairway gets narrower and narrower the further you go down. You can try and fly past them, but this is going to be another one where the tee shot's downhill and the second shot.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Birdie try again here today. Drops for a birdie. Frank, final round of the Tour Championship, just a couple of holes to play, and this is one of those spots where the moment is really so big, and the potential for catastrophe with the water left is really so glaring, making this quite a hole.
It's the only hole on the back 9 where the water is just obviously in play, and that becomes the feature all the way down the left side of this magnificent par 4. On the other side of the fairway, there's 3 bunkers in that perfect position should you stray a little to the right. So it requires your best tee shot. And the second shot also requires your best judgment. The reason why? That green just slightly built up and protected by that front bunker.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, here we are, the final hole of the final round of the final event of the FedEx Cup season.
Yeah, this is it. They give you a little bit of a reprieve. You wouldn't think you could do too much damage on this. But if you have to make 3 to win, and that's to win everything, there's much easier holes to play than this. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
He'll need to be strong with this. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I feel a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close. Rich, it came down to just a shot or 2 here or there, but we were treated some amazing golf this week.
Just one player standing, and that was earned, well-deserved, beautifully played.